my supporters wanted me to make a video about how to do the Gale Commandments. I do remember when I lived in Florida, Jesus instructed me. At that time I was having problems with a little bit of diarrhea and irritable bowel. And Jesus instructed me to go through my refrigerator and all my cabinets and throw out anything that was expired. So even though we are only to spend money on food and bills, we certainly should not be eating expired food, because that's just not a good health practice. And like what I just did is I went through my freezer and I had a whole section here. This is frozen lemon juice, which I did pretty recently, so that should be okay. But this has been here probably for almost 6 months, okay? So I figured frozen tomato products, even though it's tomato, and I had some frozen bread. You can freeze bread, but that was also about 6 months, and I ate some and it tasted kind of stale, so I threw all that out. I used to rewash my Ziploc bags. Jesus told me to quit doing that. That's actually kind of like a violation of Gale Commandments 2.0, so I'll be going through that. But what I'm doing right now is I'm emptying out all of the jars, and then I'm going to wash them. You might say these are jars that I have to store like leftovers. So yeah, I'm doing that right now. But yeah, don't. Even though we want to save money, it's not worth it if you're eating expired food, because it could make you sick, right? Yeah, but not only that, it's kind of like having clutter in the freezer and in the refrigerator when you've got food in here that you're not using, and that's old. So just take it out, and if I need some more, I'll just go buy it. As you can see, I'm not in danger of starvation, that's for sure. Yeah. And I kind of did the same thing down here. I had some rice water that I used for a recipe, and I actually took that out because it's no good. It's probably spoiled by now. You'd be amazed. So basically, yeah, go through your food every now and then and check the expiration date. And don't hold on to stuff if it's the food's past the expiration date. Just if you feel like you're going to need the item. I mean, some foods, if it's past the expiration date, it's not a big deal. So, you might have to judge it. But other foods, like my non-fat dry milk up here, that's past the expiration date, but it's not affecting the quality, so I'm still using that. But yeah, that is one of the Gale Commandments. That would be more along the line of Gale Commandments 2.0. Thou shalt not keep stored, no, here it is. Thou shalt not accumulate duplicate items. Here it is. Okay? When only one of these items is required. Think about it this way. Why am so I go out and buy a new can of tomato sauce, and then I got some in the freezer. That's duplicate items. You see what I'm talking about? Unused items must be thrown away. So that's what I'm doing. Hoarding excess items exercises unfaithfulness in the Lord to provide for one's needs. Yeah, that's basically what I was doing with those tomatoes. So they're going. Besides that, they're 6 months freezing tomatoes in the freezer. I know thou shalt not stockpile items. This includes excess paper towels, water jugs, or other. And I think that would also include food. Yeah. So yeah, let me go ahead and go over this, and I'll explain the Gale Commandments. All right, let's go ahead and try to explain the Gale Commandments the best that I can. And I'm not saying I do them perfectly, but I will explain them, because if we all do them, it will strengthen the Gale shield. Let's start off with the ones that I got in 2016. Thou shalt take Seroquel, the medication designed by Jesus every day as prescribed at the same time every day. What that one means is that if you have been prescribed Seroquel, possibly for a yeast infection or For whatever reason, Jesus did design this medication, and you need to take it every day as your doctor has prescribed it at the same time every day. And that's because Seroquel is designed to be taken at the same time. Like it has like a 24, most Seroquel is designed. So like if you take it at 8 o'clock at night, or usually they tell you to take it at dinner time. So if you take it at dinner time, then you need to take it at that time every night. Like if you skip a couple of hours and don't remember to take it till 10 o'clock, it can have a bad effect on you. So the timing is important on that. But if you have not been prescribed Seroquel, then you don't need to worry about this commandment. This is for people who have been prescribed Seroquel by their doctor to deal either with a yeast infection or maybe a psychiatric condition. Okay, thou shalt eat a balanced diet without concerns about allergens or toxins, using the method of calories in, calories out as a guide to weight management. Okay, what this one means is that you need to eat a balanced diet. Make sure you're getting your protein, your meat, and the universe did say that a vegetarian diet is not healthy. So I do eat meat and fish and to make sure I get adequate protein and the other nutrients that you can get from meat or fish. Balanced fruits and vegetables, dairy products, balanced diet, like all your food groups every day. And don't worry about food allergies. I used to be really worried about this, which is one of the reasons he made this commandment. Don't worry about food allergies, just focus on balanced diet. And don't worry about chemicals or, like, I don't even worry about monosodium glutamate. I mean, I've been eating some Japanese food that has, yeah, just don't worry about it. I mean, you exercise moderation. Obviously, you don't want to pig out. Yeah, that's why it's balanced diet. Like, you wouldn't want to make a whole meal out of monosodium glutamate, but basically just make sure you're getting your, the right amount of, like they recommend from the four food groups. Some people say there's more than that, but your proteins, your carbohydrates, your fruits and vegetables, your dairy products. Now, if the only time I would say you have to worry about allergens is if a bona fide doctor, not a quack doctor, because I actually had a doctor who agreed with me that I had all these food allergies, and I found out later from the universe that he was a quack doctor. And yes, he had an MD, but he subscribed to a lot of naturopath stuff, which I found the universe is not too crazy about. So, just focus on, unless a regular MD, who is not a quack doctor, has diagnosed you with a food allergen or chemical sensitivity, I wouldn't worry about avoiding food allergens or chemicals and stuff from your food. Like, I don't worry about eating organic. In my area, they sell a lot of organic food, so I get that sometimes because that's all that's available. But if I can get the cheaper option, I will do it, So that's basically it. A lot of people buy organic because they're worried about the toxins. And Jesus doesn't want us to be worried about that. So that's what that commandment means. Just eat a balanced diet. Oh, another thing. I didn't realize this, but I used to buy bottled water all the time because I didn't want to get the fluoride and the chlorine and all that from sink water. Jesus told me to quit buying bottled water. So now I just drink sink water. And guess what? I'm doing fine. Yeah, it's so convenient, especially since I don't have a car. Can you imagine how difficult it would be to have to carry water if I was still drinking bottled water all the time? So yeah, it's like, whoa, that would make my life, it's made my life so much easier. So yeah, though I was given permission to use the Brita water filter, but I still use it, because it tastes good. But I'm mostly drinking sink water. Yeah, yeah, that is what I was told I should do. Okay. Thou shalt not toil in activities, even honorable work for the Lord, to the extent that sleep is sacrificed. Set aside at least 8 hours per night for sleep. Now, if you work third shift, then obviously you may not be able to do this, but this one I'm having a real hard time with. I'll admit it, okay? I'll have to be better at practicing time management. Though I was told by the universe that if I don't have time to do all the Gale Commandments, to make sleep a priority. And he told me, he wanted me to stop eating everything by 8 o'clock, which I haven't been too good at doing, but I'm trying, and to be in bed by 9. Now, the bedtime varies for each person. Like my friend, Rule 13, I think her bedtime is 10 o'clock. I think Zach Knight's is 11. The point is, you need to set aside 8 hours per night for sleep, okay? Just make sure, if you're having insomnia problems, which happens to me quite a lot because of all these mites from Lizzo, just make sure you've set aside 8 hours per night for sleep, okay? If you can't, what I'll do, sometimes I have to get up and use the restroom, then I just go right back to bed. I set aside 8 hours where I'm in the bed trying to sleep, okay? That's basically what I think that means. And generally, unless you're working third shift, it's generally a good idea to try to get to bed early. The universe seems to approve of that. Yeah. For me, he told me 9 o'clock, okay? And I set that as a goal every night. And just setting it as a goal helps me, at least. It used to be for a while there. I wouldn't hit the sack till 3 or 4 in the morning. And no, that is a no-no. Okay, I'm not working third shift, so I don't need to be going to bed so late. So, okay, the next one. Thou shalt honor the Lord's temple by taking time every day to self-groom, bathe, brush teeth, stay clean. Basically, that means brush your hair, wash your face, maybe shave, groom. For me, I cut and color my own hair. The universe told me to stop going to beauticians, and that's because the Jesuits always took over the beauticians. It's taken me about 4 years to learn how to do it well, but yeah, I'm pretty good at it now. But yeah, bathe. That would mean I shower every day, and I also shampoo and cream rinse every day, simply because I walk every day to do the Gale Commandment, and by walking every day to do the Gale Commandment, I get a lot of pollen and gunk in my hair, so I try to wash it all out before I go to bed so I don't bring it into my sheets, okay? But yeah, I shower every day. I'm really good about that one. I'm really good about the brush teeth one too. I actually have a Sonicare electric toothbrush that I've used since 1992. So basically, I've been doing really good on the brush teeth one all along. And I guess Jesus or the universe is just reinforcing that I've been good there. Yeah, I floss. I use unwaxed dental floss because I haven't gone to the dentist in a while, though I'm going to be getting back into that. I floss. I use the Sonicare, and every day. And right after I eat, I always try to brush my teeth right away if I can. But definitely, at a minimum, you want to be brushing your teeth at least once a day, at least. Yeah, I'm really good about that one. I floss every day. I use the Sonicare electric toothbrush every day. And then I brush after every meal if I can, and usually I can. And I also use interdental, like a pick in between my teeth every night to get all the food out from in between my teeth. and stay clean. Yeah. Basically just stay clean. Like if your hands are dirty, go wash them. If you got food on your face, go take it off. You wash your face, it's just stay clean. I shave my underarms every day. I shave my lower legs every day. It might depend on your culture, but yeah, just stay clean. Yeah. That's that Gale commandment. Thou shalt honor the home of Jesus' favorite by taking time every day to clean, wipe down, laundry, vacuum, and dust your apartment. This just basically means that you want a clean, organized place. Okay? You don't want clutter all over your floor. We'll be getting into that in the Gale Commandments 2.0. But wipe down, it just means like after you eat or cook something, wipe the table down, wipe it down, keep your counters clean. Laundry, every day basically means, get your laundry organized every day. The universe told me once a week for laundry is fine, okay? But the every day just means like organized, like you might want to separate your colors and your whites and stuff, so that the day that you actually do your laundry once a week, you can just go in there and get it done. Vacuuming, he told once a week is good too. One thing that I'll do sometimes, because like if you live in a house or a large place, you can vacuum like the living room one day, the kitchen another day. That way you're kind of like doing this, you're making sure to do the Gale commandment, the bedroom, and then you're basically vacuuming once a week the whole house. But yeah, if you live in a bigger place, that's one way to do that. And dust. I usually wipe down because I have a lot of dust here. But yeah, dusting, just dust your bookshelves, your countertops. One thing that I do is I use my vacuum cleaner and I vacuum the computer vents because I live in a very dusty place. So that's basically what that one means. I was told by the universe that, like I was saying, if you have to neglect this one to obey the sleep one, the sleep commandment takes priority. Okay, let's go to the next one. Thou shalt go on walks every day, enjoying the day that the Lord has made. Unless he made the day rainy or unsuitable for walks, then exercise indoors with the windows open. Pretty self-explanatory. Yes, outdoors is what it means. Outdoors. And I will even walk outdoors if it's overcast and drizzly and bring an umbrella. The universe told me, even though this commandment says, unless he made the day rainy or unsuitable for walks, there's no problem with bringing an umbrella. Yeah, sometimes it rains so much here that if I wait for perfect weather, I'm not going to be getting out that much. And it's a lot better for me to exercise outdoors. So I often bring an umbrella and I wear a raincoat. And so yeah, something good about getting outdoors. So yes, and if it's unsuitable for walks, I have a glider. But then, those of you who do not have a glider, and then make sure you open your windows when you exercise, get that fresh air in. Some of you could do something else, like maybe some sort of indoor mild aerobic workout, like running in place or something like that. Jump rope. I don't know. But it needs to be indoor with the windows open. Okay, thou shalt spend money only on food and bills, being mindful. That's spending money. Being mindful is kind of like being present, living in the moment, not hoarding things, like not buying a whole bunch of things because you're worried about the future. Mindful means like living in the present, living in the moment. Being mindful that spending money on a deal or impulse is not saving money if it is to buy more than you need or something you wouldn't have otherwise bought. This is one that I often violate, I'll admit it, okay? If you catch yourself getting obsessed about things to buy, that's a red flag that you're probably going to violate this one. I'm just telling you from experience. Food and bills. You might say, well, what are bills? Food is pretty explanatory, okay? You know what food is. Bills is a little bit more tricky. Bills is basically anything you absolutely need. Yeah. Electricity, that's bills. Rent, that's bills. Auto insurance, if you have a car, that's bills. You get it. Paying your license fees for driver's license, that's bills. The gas bill, water bill, those are bills. A phone bill, though I don't have a phone right now, and I don't think everybody needs a landline and a cell phone. So, being mindful that spending money on a deal or impulse just because something is on sale, don't get it if you don't need it. That's a violation of this commandment. And don't hoard stuff for a rainy day. That's one of my weaknesses, okay? That's a violation of both Gale Commandments 2.0 and this one. If you don't need it, don't get it. Live in the moment. Live for today. Yeah, and don't buy more than you need. But I remember back in Florida, the universe instructed me that he only wanted me to buy enough for 2 weeks at a time in everything that I bought. So basically that kind of goes along this line here. So, like you're in the store and you think, oh, there's such a good deal on this. Maybe I should take advantage of the deal. Do you need it? Would you have bought it if it wasn't on sale? If the answer to either of those is yes, don't buy it. Yeah. I mean, if you don't need it and you wouldn't have bought it and you're only buying it because it's on sale, don't buy it. Yeah. Yeah, don't buy it. You might say, what about, you might say, but there's other stuff that we could use. How can we tell? Like, let me give you an example, and this is tricky for me. Like buying walking shoes. I obviously need to buy, I have bad feet, so I need New Balance, and I need the right kind of shoes for the weather here. So I would consider that along the bills. But I don't need 2 walking shoes. You see what I'm saying? More than you need. I told myself, yes, you do, because you might need backups, and I'm thinking, uh-oh, Lizzo's giving me obsessions here. So I thought, no. You've gotten along with 1 pair of walking shoes now for years on end. You're not going to be changing that now. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Okay? You might say, what about socks and stuff? Well, you might need more than a couple pairs of socks simply because, you got to change your socks up, but yeah. I'll be honest with you, this one I am struggling with. I do not do it perfectly, but I'm giving you the gist of it, okay? What I've been told on divine authority. Yeah. Let me give you an example where I've been tempted to violate this one. When I first moved here, I bought at Target a dish drainer, and it's about a little over a year old. And Lizzo, I think, gave me an obsession about my dish drainer yesterday. Actually, the dish drainer is in good shape. It's one of those wire ones, and I use paper towels underneath it to absorb all the drip from the dishes sweat, because I notice other than that it gets moldy on the bottom tray, and I don't like that. And I just change out the paper towels about once a week and throw them in the trash, put a new layer of paper towels underneath the wire. I like the wire ones. They're easy to keep clean, and because I make a lot of dishes. And I was thinking, you know what? It doesn't look spanking brand new anymore, and the tray where I put the silverware gets a little pink film, and maybe it's time to get a new one. I can afford it. And then I thought, wait a minute. And then I got really obsessed and started looking online for the perfect dish drainer, for the perfect size for the sink, and I could tell that Lizzo was giving, that would have been a violation of this. First of all, the dish drainer I have right now just needed to be washed. It works fine. I don't need another one. Maybe in a year from now I will. But I don't need another one. And I just kind of wiped it down and cleaned it a little bit, and it's fine. And what's really funny is she was giving me this idea that I needed a smaller one because I live in a small apartment. You know what? The one I have now has been working beautifully. And I don't know why I got obsessed with getting a different one that I thought, yeah, it's working perfect. The one I got at Target is great. But you see, I would have violated this commandment if I went and got the dish drainer now. simply because the one I have now works and I don't need another one. You see what I'm saying? However, today I did purchase, I went to Publix and I purchased a cooler bag. And that's because I don't have a car. And sometimes, like when I shop at a grocery store and I take the bus, I want to make sure, like if I buy something from the freezer section, I want it to be frozen when we get home. So I bought me like one of those freezer cooler bags with insulation in it. Now that I would consider a bill or a need, simply because I don't have a car, and if I want to shop someplace, because I'm trying to keep the Gale Shield strong and not be obsessed about things. And Buddha said going to new places. So I've quit going to one grocery store all the time, and I'm kind of changing it up and going to different ones. But some of them I can only get to by bus. And sometimes I like to get stuff in the freezer section, or maybe fresh fish or whatever. So I needed a thermal bag. That I would consider a bill related to foods, right? If I'm wrong, Brent would probably stop me, so he didn't. So that's okay. So that's like, because that's helping me obey the Gale Commandments, and I don't have a thermal bag and I don't have a car, you see? So it's kind of like, you got to kind of like, that is a bona fide need, okay? I had a shower curtain liner, obviously to do let's just put it this way. If what you're buying helps you do the Gale Commandments, then you probably need it, okay? And also, the Gale Commandments were designed to keep us healthy. Obviously, I'm not going to be healthy if I eat food that's designed to be kept cold, and when I get home, it's thawed out. You see what I'm saying? Along that line, that's why you want to throw out expired food in your house. That's hoarding. That's a violation of Gale Commandments 2.0. I bought some shower curtain liners at Walmart. It was like a 40-minute walk, but I looked at my shower curtain liners. Even though I kept wiping it down, because I always wipe the shower down, the walls and everything down, there was still mold growing on it that I couldn't get rid of. Finally, I said, I think I am justified to throw this one out and get a new one. So I went to Walmart and I bought a shower curtain liner that is kind of mold resistant, and it's been working beautifully. That I would consider a need, because you got to take a shower every day to do the Gale Commandments, and you don't want to be taking shower with a moldy shower curtain liner. So that's kind of like how you judge, okay? As far as clothes, I'm really good on clothes. I'm wearing something that my mother gave me, tons of clothes. I'm wearing something that my mother gave me. Yeah. Another purchase, trouser socks. I don't have any. And when I did a special for MRZ Parker, one of my black supporters, she asked me to dress up, and I ended up wearing athletic socks because I didn't have trouser socks or knee highs. So I bought me one pair of trouser socks at Walmart. That I believe was justified, simply because I don't have it, and if I ever have an occasion where I want to dress up, it would be nice to have that. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of like when you're in iffy areas where you're not sure if it's food or bills, that's probably kind of like, how you can tell. Yeah, just be really careful that you don't start getting obsessed about things, because that means Lizzo's probably messing your mind up trying to get you to disobey the Gale Commandments. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Thou shalt take only one multivitamin and one allergy medication per day. Taking supplements or special foods in an attempt to improve a health condition or alleviate symptoms is off limits. Okay. This means if you feel like you need to take a multi or allergy, or if a doctor has told you that you have allergy, then you just take one multi and one allergy medication, like a Centrum. Jesus has got me off of all of this. All of it. Nope. The only thing I'm on is Seroquel. I'm off of all supplements. Over the counter and prescription, except for Seroquel. Yeah, well, I have a doctor husband, okay? Now, if you're a doctor, and I'm talking not a quack doctor, but a regular MD doctor, or DO, those are good too, has prescribed vitamins and allergy medications for you, then take it, okay? But don't take it as prescribed. Taking supplements or special foods in an attempt to improve a health condition or alleviate symptoms is off limit. Now, what I used to do is I used to follow special diets to try to deal with my health problems. And believe me, there are a ton of them out there. This is a violation of the Gale Commandments. Listen to a traditional doctor in this area. And don't take like extra ginger or, the turmeric. You know what I'm talking about. Those supplements from the health food stores. I used to take like 20 of them a day. Yeah, I was a really big violator on this one. Not anymore. Yep, that's what it means. Don't take that stuff. Like, don't take vitamin C pills. Don't take vitamin D supplements. Don't take fish oil capsules. Don't take melatonin. Don't take any of that stuff. Nope. Get it all from your food or a multivitamin or an allergy medication as prescribed by your doctor, traditional doctor. That's what it means. I used to think I would try the rotation diet. I would try all these different diets. That's all violation of the Gale Commandments. You might say, but I'm used to being on all these diets. Yeah, so was I. I followed all types of diets. I was on one diet for type O blood type, and then I switched over to a diet for people who are allergic to gluten, and I don't have any of those. Gee, the universe told me, you don't have any of those problems. You're a victim of quack doctors. Yes, the only thing I have is a slight allergy to shellfish. So I can avoid shrimp and crab and that sort of thing easily and still have the mites are making me cough. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Thou shalt store away a savings of at least $100 every month for the future. Whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly. Whoever sows generously will also reap generously. This means cut up all your credit cards. The universe designed us to meet emergencies with savings. The way you have savings is by storing away a savings of at least $100 every month for the future. Yeah, I do not have any credit cards right now. And it's caused my credit score to go down, but guess what? I don't care. That's stupid that your credit score goes down because you don't have any credit cards. I use debit, cash, check. That's it. Okay? Yeah. The universe would want us to rip up all our credit cards. I would even go so far as to say, if possible, pay cash for your car and your house. Yeah. Store away savings of at least $100 every month for the future. I mean, if you do that, you're really obeying the Gale Commandments. The universe doesn't seem to like us to get in debt in any form. If for big purchases like a car and stuff, you get it from your savings. Okay? If an emergency comes up, that's why you have savings. You need to make sure if you only spend money on food and bills, then you should be able to have some left over for savings. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any credit cards. The universe told me to chop them all up. I am forbidden to have any. So, okay. Let's go on to the next one. This one's mainly for me. Thou shalt make a YouTube video every week to share the victories, defeats, and daily struggles and joys of your life with your followers. This will serve to archive your life for future generations of tribulation saints. Yeah, this is mainly for me because I'm to be an example that people are to follow. The rest of you don't really need to worry about this one. Let's go on to Gale Commandments 2.0. Thou shalt not seek loopholes or ways to work around the Gale Commandments, lest baby Jesus poops and pees himself in sadness. The Lord knows the heart. Pretty self-explanatory. Okay, let's go to 2.0. Oh, let's see here. Where is it? Am I in the wrong one? Oh, okay. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, 2.0. God said, let there be light. Okay, let there be light. Oh, hold on. I get so confused with this. Here we go. Let there be light. Thou shalt keep the windows unobstructed and the blinds open every day, enjoying the beautiful view the Lord has given. I just solved that real simple. It's so hard for me to put my blinds up. I just leave them up 24/7. It's naturally dark at night and I just go to bed. But if you want to put your blinds down at night, just make sure you open them the next day to let the light in. Yeah? As soon as you get up, as soon as it's daytime, let the light in. I'm not sure the rationale behind this. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that we were designed to, our bodies are designed. Maybe we sleep better that way. I don't know. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Thou shalt not keep storage items in the living areas. Any storage items that do not fit in the allotted storage spaces are considered excess hoard in the sins of gluttony and sloth and must be thrown away. Storage spaces include closets, dressers, and cabinets. Items such as racks, boxes, plastic bins, or baskets are not storage spaces and must be placed inside a closet or cabinet. Basically, the universe wants my place to have an open feel. All clutter off the floor. All clutter off of everything. The table's cleared. I got to admit, I do have some clutter on top of my printer. That's because I have documents there that I look at every day and that I need to have easy access to. But other than that, the clutter is pretty much gone everywhere. When I do the laundry, I fold my clothes, put them away, and then I put the basket inside the closet. I used to have storage boxes that all over the floor that I kept filled with food, a lot of expired food. All of that has either been thrown out or donated. So basically, your place should have the feeling of openness, lack of clutter. Don't have a bunch of storage shelves just everything should fit in your closets, your dressers, and your cabinets. If not, it probably means you need to throw stuff out or donate. Okay? Basically, you want to live a simple life. And it depends on the size of your house. If you're a homeless person, then everything needs to fit in your shopping cart. If you are like me living in a studio apartment, everything needs to fit inside your closets, your dressers, your cabinets. If you have a bigger house, then you've got more space to deal with, okay? But everything needs to fit comfortably within what you have, okay? Storage spaces that inside your closets, your dressers, and your cabinets. That's it. Items such as racks, boxes, plastic bins, and baskets are not considered storage spaces. So don't go purchase extra plastic bins or baskets and consider them storage spaces. That's a violation. Okay? All those things must be placed inside a closet or cabinet. The universe doesn't seem to like us to buy extra plastic bins or basket because it encourages us to hoard. Yeah. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Thou shalt not add storage furnishings to the home, such as shelves, storage racks, or other items used to store or accumulate excess items. It's kind of redundant here. I already talked about it. The only exception is the addition of a bookshelf on which only books and movies are kept. I used to store all sorts of stuff besides that on there. Now, if you can't fit all your books and movies onto your bookshelf and inside your closet, it means you either need to give some away or throw them out. I went through all of my books and noticed that a lot of them I would never read anymore, so why was I keeping them? So I donated them or I threw them out. The movies, the universe told me that any movies that could be found on that aired on television at any time, I could watch from my computer, so I ended up giving away a lot of movies. I donated them, and that gave me more room in my closet. I kept the ones that I would not be able, that had never aired on television or that are very hard to find, like Young Catherine on DVD, the 2001 version, very hard to find, so I kept that one. Or any movies made of my family, that sort of thing. Okay. Thou shalt not repurpose the items to create new furniture. For example, turning a garbage can over to use it as a new table, or using a box to create a new table. When I first moved here, I didn't have a place to put my printer. So I turned a garbage can over and put the printer on top of it. And the universe said, throw out the extra garbage can. You only need one. It was a tall kitchen size garbage can. And just put your printer on the floor until your computer furniture arrives. Because one of my supporters ordered one for me through Amazon. And now I've got a place for my printer. Yeah, that's what that's talking about. You say, oh, yep. It's because if you don't watch it, your place is going to turn into a clutter storm. Yeah, and the universe does not like that. The home must be as open, light, and free as is the heart of the Lord. Thou shalt not accumulate duplicate items when only one of these, this one I'm having, when only one of these items is required. Unused items must be thrown away. Hoarding excess items exercises unfaithfulness in the Lord to provide for one's needs. Well, I talked about that earlier with my walking shoes. This one's kind of tricky for me, but I will admit that I've got more than one keyboard, and that's because it was given to me as a gift before I got these commandments, so I'm holding on to it. But I can guarantee you that once one keyboard breaks and I need to use the other keyboard, I won't be buying a reserve keyboard as backup, okay? That would be a violation of this commandment. Yeah, like I used to have two computers. I've got a computer that Zach Knight gave me, which is the one I'm using here, and I had my old one, which still worked. Jesus told me, donate it, give it away. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, okay? I actually don't have space in my apartment anyway for two computers. So that's duplicate items. You see what I'm saying? This is a tricky one, for me anyway. Like, obviously, you're going to need more than one fork or more than one spoon. You see what I mean? So you use a little bit of common sense, but on the other hand, be aware when you start getting into the mentality where you start hoarding because you're worried about possible scarcity. A prime example of that is when everybody had the panic with COVID and everybody started piling up on hand sanitizer, masks, and all that sort of stuff. That's all a clear violation of the Gale Commandments. You do not want to be doing that stuff. Yeah. Or toilet paper. Now, because I'm a walker and I don't have a car, I try to get enough toilet paper to last me for at least 2 weeks because I can't carry heavy loads, so or even 3 weeks, but I certainly wouldn't want to be buying 2 or 3 months worth of toilet paper. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, thou shalt not accumulate duplicate items when only one of these items is required. Unused items must be thrown away. Now that's what I just did in the refrigerator. And I may go through my apartment in a couple months and kind of evaluate some of the stuff that I have and start throwing out. I think it's probably a good idea, maybe once a year or every couple years, to go through your living quarters and evaluate what you should keep and what you should throw out. And ask yourself, did you really use this? Have you really needed this? Because I think we all have a tendency to hoard, or at least I know I do. So yeah, I would say evaluate, go through your place every couple years and start paring down. Yeah. If not, you're going to become a clutter place, and in violation of this commandment. Okay, thou shalt not stockpile items. This includes excess paper towels, water jugs, or other supplies that are regularly used but are not needed for immediate use. I've kind of explained that one already. He likes us to live in the moment, one day at a time, not always worried about possible future scarcity. Yeah, just buy, like I was given a set of 4 plastic cutting boards. The universe told me I'm only allowed to keep one, so I threw out the other 3. Unfortunately, I've noticed that if I need to get a replacement for this one, they only sell them in a set. So what I think I'm going to do is I will keep one and maybe donate the other 3. Yeah. Or I'll be in violation of this commandment. Okay, the next one. Seems like American consumerism is designed to violate the Gale Commandments. Okay. Yeah. Let's go on to the next one. Thou shalt not keep disposable items such as paper plates, plastic utensils, Ziploc bags, plastic bags, or other such items. What I used to do with my Ziploc bags is I would rewash them and use them over and over and over. And the universe said, nope, throw them all out. In fact, he even told me not to buy Ziploc bags anymore. They come in handy for me on, like, to make fried chicken and stuff. But he definitely doesn't want me hoarding them or reusing them. And definitely when I'm done with them, garbage. Yeah. All right, let's see what else do we have here. Thou shalt set aside one purpose for each area of the home. The kitchen's purpose is for the preparation and storage of food, kitchenware, and kitchen cleaning items. The dining table is only for eating and kept clear between meals. The computer desk is for the computer and contains only items related to using the computer. The nightstand is for the use of a bedside lamp and clock. The bathroom's purpose is for bathing and contains only bath and self-care items. Each item has its place. Cross-pollution between purposes of the home is a sin and will lead to disharmony. Like, I'm not allowed to have any grocery items in my closets or in, like, or any kitchen items in the bathroom or in the closets. They have to all be in the kitchen. Okay, all the food, everything. Yeah. The only exception is that I did, though I moved it, I did have some vinegar in the bathroom because I was using it to help with cleaning the bathroom. But it's actually back in the kitchen now. So yeah, that one's kind of pretty self-explanatory. Let's go on to the next one. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get here. I think that's it. Is that it? Oh, move the scale commandment. Oh, okay, let's take a look here. Thou shalt not seek out loopholes around these commandments, lest one breaks all of the commandments at once. Okay, I'm hoping that gives people some clarity on how to do the Gale Commandments. Yeah. Yeah, I hope so. I will go ahead and create a web page around this, and there will be, I will create a PDF file that will have all the commandments 1 and 2 together, and you can refer to that, and let's all try to do these the best we can to keep the Gale Shield strong.